Hey, I represent the 1st Congressional District of New York, the eastern end of Long Island, and Long Island is the proud supplier of about 50 different F-35 components, and it is the reason for about 535 jobs. Our folks on Long Island make everything from avionics to the landing gear of Air Industries in Bayshore, the town where I grew up. I want to talk about supply chain issues, and my first question is for Dr. LaPlante. Post-pandemic, and now with real-world requirements in Israel and Ukraine, this committee has spent significant resources in an effort to improve our defense industrial supply chain. Subcommittees like this have brought in experts like yourself to gain some lessons learned to improve our warfighting capabilities. With those lessons learned in mind, can you please tell the committee what steps the DoD acquisition folks are taking to ensure America's defense industrial base is meeting important programs like the F-35?
Thank you for the question. Number one, we're imminently going to release for the first time ever a national defense industrial strategy that has 4 elements to it, also with an action plan following it. That's going to be released any day now. And one of the 4 items is all about supply chain. We have, under the auspices of the supplementals for Ukraine, but also under the regular budgetary process, pumped billions of dollars into the industrial base and building back in key areas. One example, for example, Defense Production Act on 5 key components across the industrial base. We've used, I think, up to $800 million there, whether it's for rare earths, batteries, solid rocket motors, et cetera. So it's what we do every day. And yes, COVID threw us all for a loop. The other piece of this that I'd like the committee to think about, because it's what we're sort of dealing with in munitions, is one of the reasons to do multi-years or block buy, depending on what you want to do, is not just the savings and costs. You should get savings and costs, but to the stabilization of the supply chain, the sub-tier suppliers. Because if they see that they can get longer-term contracts, it stabilizes them and it makes them less certain. To do that, a lot of times you have to put in what's called economic order quantity, which is, think of it as buying bulk some of the parts the first 1 or 2 years. And that's something that is what industry does in the commercial world. They don't buy things 1 year at a time. And those are things that we believe, done right, will really help with the supply chain, including on F-35.
Thank you, and you kind of beat me to my next question for Mr. Ludwigson. What can Congress do better to help strengthen the supply chain? I hear demand signals. We've heard that before. Both Chairman Rogers, Chairman Whitman are trying to get us to be in a better position with the power of Congress's purse to give the industry better demand signals. What else can Congress do to help on this issue? Are there issues of regulations or whatnot where Congress should endeavor to help strengthen our supply chain, Mr. Ludwigson?
I think the progress that's been made with getting the baseline program through testing so that it can be approved for full rate production through Milestone C provides a greater degree of certainty. I defer to General Schmidt and Dr. LaPlante to provide comments on that. But my impression is that with greater understanding that the program has achieved this goal, it's in a better position to enter into longer-term arrangements, get a better understanding of that ramp rate and what the actual production rates are going to be as it relates for F-35. That would be one of the things that I think is going to be very important is that move and the ability to reach those economic order quantities that make sense for the program with a known production rate and known experience with maintaining the aircraft in the field.
Thanks. And with the minute I have left remaining, I want to switch gears a little bit, get back into the field and look at Israel. Lieutenant General Schmidt, how have the F-35s performed in Israel?
Sir, in here I will say absolutely outstanding. Their mission capable rates are high. Their full mission capable rates are high. As the chairman mentioned, we have added some capabilities to that airplane in a very short period of time, and our team is doing everything we can to continue to move the ball forward there, sir.
Thanks so much. Chairman, I'm almost out of time, but Dr. LaPlante, I look forward to reading your report, sir. Thank you. I yield.